sad as it may be, and I know this is a completely different thing, and that's fine because, frankly, I have other things to talk about than just that, because I do have more to do than just that. But, I mean, even though my primary thing is just in this, just sort of get my head back together, but, it's not like my head doesn't work, it's just that it doesn't. It goes to certain polar extremes in terms of mood that causes things that I don't like. But anyway, Ozzy Osbourne, as evident, died. I actually watched them put up one of the billboards while I was passing through Kansas. Was interesting. But anyway, I feel like there's a sort of deification going on. And I don't think that it's new. I think it started really with that final show, which is fine. But after a certain point, it's like, human deification doesn't do anything. You can't believe in an actual human other than the fact that they're an actual human. Though I guess now that's harder to believe too, which I find great because I think AI is great. But it's like, you can't just do that. And the most prominent example of that is probably Charles Manson. You know, like with his death, if anyone knows anything about his death. So, Charles Manson died. Then a supposed grandson who has never and still has yet to refuse to take any sort of DNA test. Also, he only got famous and started saying it because he was on the Zach Baggins, and Zach Baggins was like, yeah, you're haunted because of Charles Manson's TV or whatever, and then years later he reemerges as this long-lost grandson, when no, like, Charlie does have many children, but, and he obviously has grandchildren, but, the one that really should have ended up with his estate, in my opinion, was Michael Brenner, but whatever. Anyway, it's not like it didn't start when he was even alive still. I mean, and I'm saying deification in a different sort of way, just the creation of an idol for whatever that may be. I mean, Charles Manson is certainly an idol. It depends on the circumstance, but he's a character, a commercial, a product. I mean, Charles Manson stopped being a person as soon as that trial started in 1970. Like, Charles Manson ceased being an actual person to anyone. And it's like, it's kind of insane because, like, how can you, like, villainize someone so much, and how can you create such a myth without humanizing them? Because it's this perverse thing, and I know I'm going all over the place, because usually I write this stuff and it's a lot more coherent, but right now I'm just trying to just say things off the top of my head rather than writing them, because that's probably better for me to do in the long run. But anyway, it's like why the fuck does Ozzy Osbourne need a Chipotle burrito? Why does anybody need any of this? Like, statues I'm fine with, because, at least they're an image of the person. But a fucking Chipotle burrito. Like, sure, he liked him, but that doesn't change the fact that, that's just creating a product out of someone. It feels very perverse. And, back to Charles Manson, it's like, why? It's like, there's Charles Manson the person, which almost nobody understands, and I don't think anybody ever will, because realistically, Charles Manson put on a fucking character for 40, 50 years and played it quite well. But with that, he also completely lost personhood. Like Charles Manson as a person is a completely lost concept on anybody. And I feel like that's going to be what happens with this.